Episode 8, take 3, or episode 1, but for season 2.
Ooh,
Welcome back
here.
to Farside Podcast.
We back.
And we're back for season 2.
We're not dead.
We're not dead. As you can see, I wish we're that hype, but right now we're just, we're just casual, and we wanna bounce back as from where we started.
Yeah.
So, welcome back to Farside Podcast.
Welcome.
I am your host, Brian.
And I am a Hazel.
And
Miss me? Probably not.
Probably not.
Oh my goodness.
We should make a poll in Instagram. Who do you miss the most?
Oh,
Oh!
I'm gonna definitely win.
Oh my gosh. Sure, okay. You
I'll vote for
have more
myself.
followers eh.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. Okay. Alright, so welcome back to Farside Podcast. And Farside Podcast is all about... What is Farside Podcast all about? For the past... How many months? 3 months?
About.
For the past 3 months,
Yeah.
since the last episode, Farside has been all about engaging teenagers, just living, separate from the rest of the world. Because things are so worldly nowadays and
Super.
but we're just here trying to learn separate from the rest of the world. And
Yes.
we want to share our thoughts, our growth through this podcast to other teenagers as well. And
Facts.
for maybe, other people that are not teenagers.
Adults.
Adults, 80 years old people, you'll never know. You'll never know.
We can all learn together.
We can all learn together. So that's what Farside Podcast is all about.
You keep thumping on your. I'm like,
I know I'm that kind of person where I need to
You're like,
make a
finally.
point. To make a point.
But yes, not on your desk.
Not on my desk. It's like, the desk is, my punching bag for whenever I try to make a point.
Okay.
But yeah, we're back. And
We back.
we're trying to bounce back to where we last left off, which is when was that? When was that?
When was that? I think that was around
3 months ago.
January, February, March, April, May, June. Was it June?
Was it June or was it July? August. No, I think it was
Okay.
August.
That was around the preparation time.
Maybe. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, but it was just a long time ago.
It was a long
Anyway.
time ago. Yeah. In the previous in the episode 7 we had a video for that for that episode. You can tell how much we've changed by looking at us right now.
Well,
She has bangs, I have a long hair.
He's hella old.
I'm 18, she's 18. She just
Oh, yeah.
turned 18 last October, right?
So we're older and wiser.
I'm not sure about that.
Oh, the older part.
I'm not that sure about the wise part. We're just, maybe.
I mean, but we did gain new experiences.
Yeah, we
for
did.
Sure.
Yeah. Throughout those months of, chaotic months, we've learned so far. And we're trying to find a way to keep on thumping.
Chill.
Find a way to project what we've learned to you guys.
And where we were.
And yeah, exactly where we were.
Whoa.
And same old me. I stutter and have
Yes.
grammatical grammatical error.
Grammatical errors.
Error. Okay.
Error.
All right.
Honestly, it's so hard to answer. Like, oh, where are you guys?
Yeah,
And then
true.
we're like,
I don't know. Where am I? That's the same question.
yeah. So that's the answer we're gonna actually give for this
Episode. So, where the hell were we? And what have we been doing through those 5 months.
Whoa.
3 months.
We learned so much from the last season, and
For sure.
we're trying to apply it for this one.
We're trying to be more casual and professional at the same time.
Oh,
I don't even
trying
know
to balance those two.
We try to
think.
balance those two because we also wanted to make it, entertaining.
Not messy,
Not
but
messy,
clean.
but clean. But also not messy.
But
But also not that clean.
Some candid.
Candid. So what do you think that stayed the same throughout those 3 months or 4 months?
Well, I would say our friendship maintained. Oh well, thankfully.
Thankfully.
Nothing too bad happened, naman.
Nothing too bad.
Just those normal friendship stuff. Like watching movies and working and building our friendship has been something that has kept going, and of course essential to the podcast because that's how we'll have to communicate and know how to
Yeah, for sure.
to build our experience and stories. So I would say that stayed the same, but I think it exceeded more than that.
Exceeded more. We really took our time.
We'll get into it.
We're getting to it, but
same old with the whole cramming and
true.
trying to rush
Cram side podcast for sure.
on our side, yes.
On our side.
But yeah, I think I would say that's the same.
How do you think? Well, the real question is though, how have we been?
So honestly, right now, I'm extravagant. I'm doing
Extravagant.
good. I'm doing
for
well.
me, I'm still trying to. What do you call this? Still trying to work on my communicating skills.
Still trying to improve.
Yeah, but how about you? First, you go first.
With how I am right now, I'm doing well. Pandemic has been slowly, gotten better.
Oh, face shields are lifted now.
Yes.
If anybody's
here in
hearing
the
this,
Philippines.
if anybody's hearing this out during or when you are outside, I hope you're not wearing face shield.
It's only our country, yes, but I mean, I've been going out more. Oh, a burp attacked me. Okay, yeah, I've been going out more, seeing more people. I've been sane so far. Nothing too bad happened. But yeah, I'm doing well, and I'm socially improving. Because in the pandemic, of course, your social skills aren't gonna be
as good
as good
as
or
before.
Yeah, since everything was online, but now since everything's picking
up.
Things are picking up.
Picked up.
Huh?
I don't think
Things are
picking up.
Picking back. Huh? Wait. Okay, so things are just slowly going
look
back
how
to
the table
normal.
has turned.
Tables have turned.
I did say that.
It's a table, but yeah, things are just slowly becoming back to normal. So I've been seeing people, and my social skills have been in the works. But yeah, I'm doing well. Because as an extrovert, people are my recharge. So
For
I've been
sure.
happy.
Yeah. I think the last time I hanged out with friends during those 3 months was during your birthday. And I can totally agree.
Yeah, my birthday happened too.
Yeah. She's 18 now and she's legal.
I'm legal.
You're legal.
I
Like,
can drink.
you can drink, but, your legality depends with your parents if you're Asian. Just spitting facts. Just spitting facts. I think for me, yeah, that was the last time I went out, was during your birthday.
Oh my gosh.
And I can tell how, with what you said, how we're different when, way before. Because I was so awkward during her birthday.
I know.
Even
because
though
I was already going out
yeah, she was
during
already
that
going out.
time.
Like, she's already,
Yeah, you were kind of weird.
I was,
No.
back then I was an extrovert. I was hyped up as I can be. But that was the first time I've actually felt so awkward
With the people that you know.
with the people I'm close with,
Yeah.
especially.
But, I think that goes for some people. That goes for, like, most people, seeing them now. Because not only they've changed, it's
Yeah.
like they've, you just don't know how to act since they've changed. And since you've also changed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we haven't, and it's a thing where, like, we don't really meet each other in, like, our homes. It's usually outside of that. So I think that contributed.
Yeah, I tried to be not awkward during that time.
I know.
But during her birthday, I was just in the corner, watching them do stuff,
Yeah.
and it was crazy. But
Yeah.
in terms of my side, I'm doing great. It's just been busy of not actually school, but more on work stuff related. I got an internship. I've been getting money. Oh, let's get it.
We've both been getting money, but yeah.
We've been both getting money, earning money, not getting money. It's like we're stealing money in a way.
Earning our own money.
Earning our own money, which is I've been saving up to the point where I bought a PC. Like, maybe I can show it in the video or in the highlight.
Depends
what my
who
PC
edits
looks like.
it.
Yeah, I mean,
Depends who edits it.
I just want to brag about my PC because I've been dreaming about this.
Yes.
Not a way to make people jealous. It's just I've been dreaming of a PC for a very long time. And it's great to know that I'm able to buy a PC with my own money, with my own hard work. Is this what growing up feels like? Is this what growing up feels like?
Yeah.
But I just want to say it's been great, and we've been both doing great, and we're here ready to make more episodes with you guys.
Yes. In a better state.
In a better mindset.
Yes.
We've actually fixed ourselves before recording. Maybe.
Oh, yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yes. I mean,
In a
compared to
way.
last time. Okay, but anyway.
I feel like season 1 is like, season 1 is like we're just, forced to make episodes.
Like it was
Like we're not
obligated. It was out of obligation.
Obligation. Like we just want to make content even though we're not ready mentally.
Yes. But now
We're here. We are. We here.
we're here.
We are. We're here.
How?
Okay. So to actually start the episode, we're here to talk about where we've been and what happened.
What happened?
What happened with those 3 months? So what do you think that kept us from, recording an episode or starting back. Because we were supposed to start preparing during August.
Yeah.
And now we've already just started preparing in November. That's such a huge gap.
Super. So that's like August. Wait.
3 months. What do you mean?
September, October. Yeah. Sorry, I was counting from the
September.
beginning. I was counting from
So
the
3 months and a half. That's so long.
Super.
And what do you think that kept us? I think it's many things, right? I think what happened during those 3 months.
You know what happened.
I know what happened. I think we started off with the wrong foot. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to make the podcast happen, but there were things that interfered. And we did record a few episodes.
We recorded
actually
3.
did. We recorded 3.
Yeah.
But what happened is we weren't in the right state of mind.
And we weren't doing it for the right reasons.
Well, this podcast is all about trying to live separate from the rest, from the world, trying to be, to be holy. Actually,
we weren't.
We weren't.
we were not.
No, it's not like we weren't. I'm just saying
Yeah.
I'm just saying we weren't, we didn't have the right mind or heart to make that happen.
Yeah.
To be the right model to other people.
Yes, and the ideas that we had, we tried rushing them.
We tried rushing
because we
them
wanted
as well.
we wanted it to become true.
Yeah.
Because there's of course a tendency of like how I can make this happen because there's this, you already know like how long it'll take and like all these things, but when you rush or like when you make those priority, that's not gonna be that didn't align fully to the intention of like what this originally was.
Yeah. And we also had like misunderstandings, but it was
lots of yeah.
Yeah, we had lots of miscommunication and misunderstandings with how we work together and how we've been making content together.
And the time spent mostly doing the podcast, not really doing like things that are outside of that, because there was just like this line that wasn't drawn. There was no line.
Like, what is the line?
When it comes to podcasts and just like doing friend stuff,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because okay, like to make it simpler, there's like the work-life balance. I would consider this work because we have to be somewhat in a more of a professional and more of a state of mind where you have to put something up.
Yeah.
And then this life is just like doing things for fun or like more of no agenda. There's no agenda. To just being friends and like watching movies or spending time not having to think about like work. It
kind of felt like the podcast started to feel like the source of our friendship, right?
Yeah.
And it's just whenever we talk to each other, it's just about the podcast.
And it became a thing where it was not only repetitive, but it's like, we have to do this.
We thought we fixed it, but we actually haven't.
I mean, I think it was slowly getting there. There were just baby steps.
But now we're okay. We are. we're still working on it. And even though there's ups and downs, we still tried to make it work.
Yeah.
Because this is something this podcast, this is really something we've both worked hard on, and we both spend a lot of time on, and
Yeah.
it can't just drop out
Like that,
Can't be
without
just
it being a clear or without a reasonable reason for it to drop.
yeah, it was very hard to bounce back in overall, but we did manage to learn a lot of things throughout those times.
Yeah. So how did you break, or how did we come to realize that?
I think we've come to realize that I think it's a
When you sent the message.
When I sent the message. What is the message? No one should know about the message.
No, it's important.
Before we realized the actual problem of why we were dry about the podcast, or why we were dry about our friendship. It took a long time for us to realize, because we weren't sure of what we were thinking.
And what we thought.
Yeah, we weren't open.
We weren't transparent in a way.
We weren't transparent.
Where it could have. We weren't transparent in a way where it could be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a hard thing. It's just really hard to say it, because not only you don't know if the other person feels it, but it's just something you just want to you want to make it not a big deal, but
it kind of is a big deal.
It's kind of the roadblock.
Because of it, I've learned this one thing. I've learned that the more you think that you're okay, or the more you fake yourself that you're, okay, the more it gets worse. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, so anyway, to put it into context, I think, okay, it's gonna be super, honestly, I can't recall it fully or clearly.
Yeah.
But we were working on it. We were working on the season.
Yeah.
This is already around
the third episode.
Early August. Around July, August.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on it now. So we have episodes, we're meeting a lot throughout the weeks.
Yeah.
And then there wasn't this atmosphere that we want to do this 100%.
Yeah.
And it was just when there's two people working on it, because it's only both of us. We do the recording, editing, and all that.
We're a two-man team.
And yes. And it's just hard to, find the root problem.
True.
When it comes to only just two people, because it's there's nothing that could be the reason except maybe yourself or
the other person.
And it's hard to communicate that, because you don't want to, first of all, you don't want to be wrong.
You don't want to be wrong.
And second of all, doubt is a big thing.
Oh yeah.
For yourself. So there's lots of personal battles. I think for both of us, there's a lot of personal battles that were hindering us from doing things 100%.
Yeah.
So you then shot a message, maybe a week.
Mm-hmm.
I think a week after we've been working on the third episode.
Yeah.
Saying okay, this is what I feel about, maybe we shouldn't do this and stuff. And, you know, for me, it's a hard reality to come to realize.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's the biggest fear is like, you know,
The podcast ending.
the podcast ending, and you don't even have a clear reason why, except you just have a feeling that, oh, I just want to like end it, or I just don't want to do it anymore.
No, it's like
Well,
in a way.
in a way,
But,
in a way.
The reason wasn't it that parang because the problem felt so repetitive.
It felt so repetitive,
Yeah.
but there wasn't a clear answer on
Clear
what
answer.
we should do.
On what we should do. That's why I was like, I know this always happens. Might as well not continue, because
Yeah.
the reason why was because if we continue to do that and if the problem is still ongoing and we haven't solved it, then
Then the outcome of
Would
the
be worse.
episodes would be
yeah,
what we don't intend.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like the more you don't fix a problem, the more it's gonna get worse. And I don't want it to get worse or worse.
Yeah, in terms of like, you know, how you feel about like
Yeah.
working on it and stuff. So yeah, just both in like a different mind space. We weren't in this. I think we were in the same wavelength. That's the thing.
Oh yeah. We are often in the same wavelength.
Often,
But
yeah.
like there are sometimes the
There
wavelength
was-
is like super
Yeah,
far away from each other.
It was actually obvious, but it's hard to see if it's only
If
you,
if it's true,
or if it's them, or if
Yeah.
it's both. So
that's why you need to be vocal about it.
That's
which
why,
is-
yeah,
that
you
was-
have to
that was-
address it.
Yeah, that was my bad.
I think that was both parts.
Both.
On both parts.
Yeah, that's why you need to like know when to, what do you call this? Open up. Because I realized earlier, I said it earlier, the more you keep it to yourself, the more you say, you're okay, the more
It's just gonna manifest.
manifest,
and
it's gonna get
grow.
worse.
Yeah,
I think that's the one thing we've learned through those 3 months. Be transparent and to be enjoying the friendship more than, the actual work.
Yeah. So after you sent that, for me it was a hard pill to swallow, because it's like, okay, why so soon?
Why
We
so
just started it, and all that, and so
It just wasn't, I wasn't myself.
yeah. So I think it took me maybe a week or so to like respond, because not a week. Sorry, a few days. Few days. Sorry.
If it
few
was a
days.
week, I would have like, okay.
No, that would have been tragic. Yeah.
Tragic.
It took me like, I think, a day or two, for me to respond, because, I wanted to not respond via feelings or via emotions, but with a clear mind. So I slept on it talaga, and
Slept
I
on it for
processed
2 days.
about 2 days or like a day. So yeah, I tried processing it. I tried seeing how I could, properly translate how not only how I felt on my side, but how we can move forward as well. So I saw a message, and there were lots of things that we learned on both ends. And then we just decided just take time off the podcast, because
Yeah.
we had to know, okay, so who are we without it?
True. Because like the podcast could be, or like anything, just like the podcast we have, can be easily taken away.
And it shouldn't define you.
Yeah. Anything temporary shouldn't define you. I think that's,
Yes.
the main thing we should learn.
We did, have lots of vid calls with
Yeah.
friends. You know, just learning more
We
about
just
each other and watching, just doing things for fun without, worrying about work.
the word. Of course, we want to make content for you guys, for the people who are listening to this. But I think what mattered the most was how you actually are when making a content. Because
Because it will
imagine,
for sure
yeah,
translate whatever you are feeling or your output.
yeah.
It will just, it will just come out.
I think it applies to all
Not,
content
yeah.
creators, to be honest. Like, what do you think? Like,
Yes, of
when
course.
people just the vloggers, the huge vloggers out there, they can be making content. Just making content because it's what they do. But what if they're not okay inside?
We can just tell sometimes, if the vibe is off.
Yeah. Alright, so even though there are times like that talaga, it's just we need to focus on the, what we can learn and what we can grow from. I think that's something we need to learn whenever we go through stuff. Especially, as teenagers, since we go through a lot of stuff. Or could be anybody actually.
Yes.
So what do you think was your highlight, or what do you think was your main learning throughout those 3 months?
I would say be rooted in the word. Because, if we don't
What's
want to
the
be
word?
worldly,
What's the word? Jesus.
in Jesus and in the Bible. Because not only we were struggling mentally,
Yeah.
sometimes physically, because honestly, it's physically tiring. Because we would stay up for so long, for how many hours at night, and like do all these all-nighters. So not only we were
Yeah.
mentally and physically exhausted,
We were also
spiritually, like the juice just like ran out. And
It's like you need, right? It's like you need. It's like you need something, or someone, your soul can be anchored to.
yes,
Something that's eternal.
yeah. And that was one of the things moving forward that we had to, I think, both work on. Because, if our identity is not on the podcast, it's not relying on each other, then what is it? Our identity is in Christ.
Because the podcast, the friendship, can be taken away. It's like, what are you left? No, I'm just saying, anything can be taken away. It's about what are you left with now
With
that matters.
yes, so
I think I
there are
agree.
things. Yeah, there are things
I
that
agree
we're
with you.
still gonna go with our written ideas. When things are written down, they're bound to happen if you do if you do envision it. But it just takes time, and
Yeah.
it
Both of us envision this podcast. Well,
and we know that it's not the end,
It's not-
and we know
it's
there's
not
gonna
the
be
end.
more that will come out of it.
yeah. It's really, we both really spent time working on this podcast, making this podcast happen. And we just don't want to lose it because it's not meant to be lost. Lost.
It's not meant for it to be lost.
It's not meant for it to be lost. If you're praying about something, if you've been trying to make something work, I think it's best not to give up right away.
Yes.
Just,
So
just pray about it as much as you can.
and don't be afraid to like try things again, because picking this up wasn't an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
It just takes a lot of manpower
Yeah.
and willpower for you to just pick something right back trying to pick something back up.
Yeah, we were trying to improve a lot of things throughout this podcast. And I know this episode has been serious so far, but
Has it?
has
Actually,
it? But we
honestly,
just want to remind how we're deeply invested into this podcast.
Mm.
Sure, maybe we're so small, but maybe
And you don't see behind the scenes stuff.
But I believe that once you put hard work into something, even when it's small, even when you're starting small, once you put your hard work into it, it will really become, something you've been dreaming about, something you've been imagining about or envisioning about. Because that hard work wasn't all for nothing, right?
It just wasn't our season.
Wasn't just
for us to continue it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Holy Spirit was like, no, continue it.
For sure.
For sure. Well, anyway, we just want to say that we're still here. This whole episode is just all about, us being still alive, still getting through whatever, We're just trying to make it through. And I hope whoever listening to this, should also make it through. I hope you should also make it through. Whatever hard work you are putting in. Because you're not the only one, my man. Or not my girl.
Man.
Not my girl. or yeah. So I think that's the end of that episode. What do you think people can expect for season 2?
Is that there's gonna be new content.
A lot of
there.
content.
Well, not okay, let's tone it down a bit.
No manifest.
Maybe not a lot, but there's gonna be new things out there.
Yeah, for sure.
There's gonna be new stuff, not just a podcast, but there's gonna be other forms of stuff.
Yeah, for our side, it's not just a podcast anymore. Just to spoil
well,
it.
we'll have to see, but I don't want to make promises.
We don't want to make promises, but just expect something more.
Not something only for your ears, but maybe for your eyes too.
And we're getting ready. We're getting there. We hope to learn and grow into something way bigger. This is just the beginning. The beginning. In the beginning. In the beginning. In the beginning.
Oh. Yeah, so just thank you as well for listening to the end. Honestly, I don't know, or
I don't even know if I can listen to it to the end.
Exactly. So just thank you, and I just hope that you can continue to listen or watch, because we're on YouTube here.
We don't know how interesting we are, so it's really up to you.
Honestly. So feedback would be great as well.
A feedback would be great. So that's it for this episode.
Yeah, so thank you for reaching till the end. If you want to see more things like this and maybe more content, you can find us on Instagram, on YouTube, on Google Podcasts.
Google Podcasts.
What else? Apple Podcasts.
Spotify, of course.
Spotify.
We're mainly Spotify though.
Yes, Spotify.
Who cares about the others?
Spotify for the ears, YouTube for the eyes and ears.
And Instagram and Facebook for...
Oh yeah, Instagram.
For both. For eyes and the ears.
For the eyes and the ears.
And for the mind.
And for the updates. So just keep cheering us on, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
All we need now is your support to move on and to be better, so that this podcast, would bloom. Not because of us, because of you guys.
So we know that we're doing a good job, and this is not.
We want someone to tell us to be
not to be a waste.
we're not saying anything, but it would be great.
It would be kind of good if we had some feedback, response.
So to summarize everything, we're still alive, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. We will see you guys on
the
far
side
of
the moon.
Hurry!
Bye.